have answered the only question. Everything else has been very straightforward.
No, I had a question.
Oh, yes, what?
What is Ryan's last name?
We got to start. This is episode 114 of Blittle League. This is your cast, that's your game master. This is the plot. Let's go back to Somerville, Massachusetts, and Boston to hang out with these kiddos.
Indeed.
Good luck and have fun, everyone.
All right, so let's talk about the election.
Oh, no.
After the pep rally and the excitement of the pep rally and the speeches from both Morgan and Arno, it really, truly could be anyone's game. Morgan and the Sunflower alums' plans ended up coming to fruition. Because if Arno just essentially brought in a Hollywood movie star / former Blazeballer to talk him up, he would have been elected going away. But that star power was drowned out by the combined star power of a pop star, a sitting governor, Las Vegas's biggest act, and a clone of that Hollywood star. And so it just kind of became this crucible of confused energy. And then
that's a great tagline. Blittle League, a crucible of confused energy.
You put that on a bumper sticker, I'm putting it on my car.
Merch.
After that was done, kind of little else happened. There are a few days between the pep rally and the election. And from Arno's part, the only thing he did was he used the last of his poster budget to put up posters reminding people to vote. In terms of what Morgan did in the interim before the vote, Morgan, that is up to you. Morgan, is there anything else you want to do before the election?
Take a sick day.
You take a sick day.
Oh, that's so real.
That is fair. So you take a sick day. Do you spend it at home?
No.
Gotcha. When you told your mom you were taking a sick day, your mom told Ryan, and Ryan also took a sick day. Do you want to avoid Ryan or talk to Ryan?
I want to avoid Ryan.
Gotcha. So what are you doing during your sick day?
Instead, I'm gonna go out to a local park and just toss around a ball.
Gotcha.
With yourself?
Well, I mean, hit it with a bat and and I use
shag it yourself.
I use magic to sort of pitch it backwards and then I hit
that's
it.
fair. That's fair.
Yeah,
we get it.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. There's a there's a municipal park in Somerville, one of the small ones. Maybe you're in Powder House or something. Not a Longstalk, or the high school. And that's kind of what you're doing. Electricity and magnetism, close cousins. And so you're able to, from about 60 feet, kind of compel a ball via magic to come your way, and then you take a big cut.
Yeah.
And essentially use magic as a pitch return.
I'd like to invite Arno to come out there after the school day is over.
Mm-hmm.
He does. As is often the case, he carries around his glove. He's old enough to drive, so he drives his car, which is an old but not classic convertible, with a rusted out wheel well that looks like he repaired himself. And he gets out. So we'll say for sake of effect, it's the night before the election. He kind of comes over, gives you a wave, does not break eye contact, is not looking awkwardly at the ground. He's walking across the field like a politician. Morgan, happy election eve.
Hey, yeah. Throw a baseball at him.
Yeah, he with with an impossible amount of mundane smoothness drops the backpack, glove out on his hand, snags it, returns its sidearm. Yeah, it's like you and everyone else you know, really except for Zlobs, like your closest friends, they all had magic, something special about them that aided them on the field. Darby was an angel and had like angelic strength. Mindy is psychic. You've got,
Scoot's part lizard.
Yeah, Scoot is part lizard. Zlobs was good just because Zlobs was just a chaos engine. Like, Zlobs doesn't have magical powers. Zlobs is just very Zlobs. But, like, Arno had none of that. Like, Arno was just as good as you could be at Blaseball without having demon blood coursing through your veins or being from another planet or something like that. So he throws the ball back and kind of waits for you to say something.
You're good at Blaseball. Bro again.
Kind of you to say.
You know why?
I think so.
You know why I ran against you in the first place? Catch.
Do you want me to guess?
Yeah.
Not for any selfish reason, I would guess. Not to elevate your standing in the school or anything. You already know most of Boston. So I don't think it was to make deals, to improve your position, anything like that. I think you were doing it for selfless reasons. Which, honestly, makes it harder for me to run a campaign.
That's right. I did
How
it
close
because
was I?
I also did it because I thought I'd be better at it than you did.
Ooh.
You would be. Because you always agree with everybody. You always hear them out, and you always find a way to make them believe in themselves. And you never change their mind. You never inspire them to do something differently. Why?
Damn. You'd think I'd have an answer for that.
I wish I could do that.
I wish you couldn't. I guess I'm a coalition builder. I'm a teammate. You know, I was never captain.
I didn't know that. I figured you were.
Nope, never.
Well, everyone says that you're a natural born leader.
I'm a natural born athlete. And I'm a natural born teammate. Here's what it is. I think I could get the best version of people out of themselves. I think I could do that as a teammate. I think I could do that as a class president. But what I can't do, at least not without some kind of big effort on my part, is get the best out of myself. Change someone's mind. Make the hard choice. I think I'm just a worker bee. that gets the other worker bees to work too. You can make the hard choice. You have made hard choices.
You know why I've made hard choices are now?
Why?
Because I've been privileged to not have to worry about the consequences.
What do you mean?
I'm gonna look at the ball for a minute and then slowly walk off the field and say, I hope you win tomorrow. And then I'm gonna leave.
Arno stands there. Puts his glove down and then sits on it. Looks generally in the direction of the west, watches the sunset. Morgan, what did you roll last week on 2d6 plus charm?
10.
Do you accept the presidency?
Yeah.
Yeah. Switch.
Oh my god.
Wait, Marissa, you have +3 charm?
Yeah, that's what I have the most in.
Oh my god, so charming.
Are you surprised?
No, it makes sense.
Don't you have a +3?
Not on charm.
On something though, right?
Yeah, I'm sharp.
Oh, wow.
Zlobs.
Yeah.
Are you curious
Yes.
as to what John Prince said about having a devil on your shoulder?
How do you mean?
Like, he said it. You know, he said, hey, we're going to enter a bargain. You were in his office. It was very stately. You shook on it. He seemed very pleased about it. And days have passed. Have you taken any time or spent any time to try to figure out what the heck happened?
Out of mind, maybe. Nope.
There you go.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, so it's not like you woke up in the morning and it's like, all right, I gotta hit the books.
Oh,
I gotta go to some arcane library and sort out what
Do you even know my character? I feel like for the first hour, he was just looking around corners and under beds. And he's like, no, all clear.
Yeah, that's exactly right. You gave it an hour. And you're like, okay.
Which is above average.
It's pretty good.
I'm pretty proud of
Pretty
that.
patient.
Yeah, like you did some of these. You were staring straight ahead, and then you looked at a shoulder, and you're like, "Nah, I'm just kidding." No, nothing. You did a lot of that for an hour, and then you got distracted.
55 minutes.
55 minutes, and then you got distracted because someone was making popcorn.
Oh, I love popcorn. You can put so many
it
things
was
on
really
popcorn.
good. So you had kettle corn, and by the time you were done eating the kettle corn, you kind of forgot about it. So yeah, there's nothing you've done to kind of actively root out the mystery of what the heck is going on. So let's just have you roll a 2d6 plus weird, just in terms of
Six.
Okay, cool. Best you could tell, John Prince was blowing smoke. If pressed, you think maybe you're sleeping a little more. That's it.
So
You're
I'm doing better. Great.
yeah, you're doing great. Maybe you're doing more cardio during the day. You don't check your steps, but it could be that.
I keep breaking my Fitbit.
Can I ask? Does it doesn't really sound like John Prince, right? To be a smoke blower. That doesn't sound like.
He is a
that doesn't sound
politician.
like the John Prince we know.
It sounds like the literal opposite. Yeah.
So, what? Does Mindy notice anything pop up in the mind of Zlobs? Any difference mentally? Was there any new energy he was carrying around in his head?
Are you rooting around in my head? How dare you?
Well, just during my weekly mind check.
Okay.
Yeah, this is like physical therapy for your brain. You just go, it's like going to a chiropractor.
He meets me in my treehouse once a week, and I do a mind check on him to see if there's anything I think I should know.
Yeah, so, all right, give me a 2d6 plus weird.
And every time he says, I can take care of myself, thank you.
Uh-huh.
And then I Proceed.
Yes. it's a delicate ballet that's been developed over the years.
Yeah, if I survive 14 years, I can survive at least one more.
When there is a time in Zlobs' life where he has said, I really don't want you reading my mind,
Mm-hmm.
Mindy has obliged. Let us not forget.
Oh no, it's very consensual.
Great. And that is an 8.
All right.
Just every time you roll bad, that thing's happening.
That's not so bad.
How many times have you complicated this poor boy's life throughout these 114 episodes by just reading his mind?
I have only compromised your life 3 times.
Chat, you know that's false.
It's 3.
You know
It's
that's
3.
false. How do you know it's 3? Nuh-uh.
3.
I don't believe it. If I was a betting man, which I am, that's
someone
more
is
than
after
3.
you. It was umpire training camp, and it was something else bad. Oh, your loved one, not to trust him. That was it. And let me tell you, the reason I'm rolling poorly is because I bought 2 new beautiful dice for Blittle League, and I keep forgetting to bring them. And that is why I'm rolling poorly. The dice are rebelling against me. But anyways, that's an 8. So what do I see in the mind of Zlobs?
Got it. So, you're kind of going through like it's like taking a car in for inspection. You kind of like plug in and you try to see if there are any like red lights anywhere. Mm-hmm. And there's nothing necessarily that insidious that you could sense. And so you're thinking, it's like, is there, like, has someone like hijacked Zlobs' mind? Is there something? And it's not, you don't think it's that. Mm-hmm. The way you could best describe it is if there is someone nearby. Like you use the treehouse because no one's nearby. Like you're above street level. Like you are aware of the people who are at street level. Like it's like leaving the city to look at the stars. You try to get rid of as much of the kind of the light pollution as possible. Mm-hmm. So you're there and you're rummaging around, and the thing that you notice is that you're not the only 2 minds in the treehouse. Like there is someone closer or something closer than the street level, than that house over there. And you can't see it, and you can't sense it, and you can't talk to it. If anything, the only thing you can glean for it is that whatever this third entity is, it does not necessarily like Zlobs.
Oh. Who doesn't like Zlobs? I find that very upsetting. Zlobs, may I ask you a few questions to follow up?
Yes, it just was one of those NPS surveys.
Yes, exactly. I'm going to open up my binder that I keep up here in my treehouse, one of my binders, and I'm going to flip to the section on possession, demonic. Zlobs, let's see. Let's start from the beginning. Have you...
I'm sorry, Mindy. When we do the net provider survey, you always bring snacks. And I don't have any snacks right now. I don't think this could be called a session if there's no snacks.
I reach out my window and I pull like a pulley system.
And raise the winch.
Yeah, exactly. And a cooler full of hot dogs.
Mm-hmm. Oh, the big guns.
The cooler is subdivided into like the hot insulated hot dogs and then the icy cold hot dogs.
Yes.
So Zlobs has a choice.
I open a container and like you like it's like opening up a filing drawer and like I go through the hot dogs. They're all standing vertically.
Wait, why is that so gross?
Because of the noise it probably makes.
The hot dogs all slapping together.
It's a very meaty sound.
All right. I nom on a dog while I answer these.
Okay, Zlobs, have you entered any restricted areas as of recently?
Yes.
Okay. Yes. Have you tampered with any items that seemed that were cold to the touch and gave you sort of a pit in your stomach upon contact?
No.
Okay.
Besides homework, am I right?
Have you noticed any of your household belongings being in different places than you last put them?
Yes, but I think that's just me.
Okay. To check maybe. Have you encountered any dolls?
Any dolls at all?
Yes, any dolls at all?
Does wax slobs count?
No.
No, I don't think no dolls.
No dolls. Any music boxes?
No music boxes.
And lastly, how about any grandfather clocks?
Oh, I would never touch a grandfather clock after last time.
Excellent. Okay, perfect.
I don't learn many lessons, but there are some lessons I learned.
And lastly, we have you made any deals with any devils and or demonic creatures?
Yes.
What? What do you mean?
Yes, as in positive. Yes.
No, I asked, have you made any deals with any devils,
Yes.
demonic?
Yes, I'm answering yes.
No.
No? You want me to answer no? I'll lie and say no.
Zlobs.
What? You asked me a question. Do you want me yes or no?
Asking if you have made a deal with the devil.
I'm telling you, yes, I have. Why are you?
What do you mean,
doubting
Zlobs?
me?
What do you mean you made a deal with a devil? What do you mean?
Wanted to help Morgan, so I helped Morgan. It's no big deal.
Zlobs.
There was no consequences. It was great. Barely a deal. So I'm gonna change my answer to no. I didn't because.
What do you mean no? You didn't. You just said you made a deal.
Well, I just get the benefit with not having to do anything, so not really a deal. So I'm gonna say no.
Who was it? Who was it? Like a minor demon? Like just a little guy?
No.
Who was it? Zlobs?
Higher.
Zlobs?
Yeah.
Was it sort of like was it sort of just like a kind of mid-level management?
No,
level?
go higher.
No, you didn't see him, Zlobs. You did not go to the governor of Massachusetts and Prince of Hell.
You did okay, as if you say I didn't. I didn't. But I
We're
did.
going to keep an eye on this. You have to keep me posted of any developments. Understand?
Yes, there has been no developments. I've been checking. I checked for at least 53 minutes. Nothing bad happened.
Well, there's a bit of a presence. There's an aura. There's something here. It's very distracting.
I think one of the hot dogs not bad.
Would you like a hot or cold hot dog?
Oh, both.
You still get your hot dog for completing the survey.
Thank you.
Yeah, Mindy Zlobs might be in trouble.
This is very bad news.
This is not the
very
worst
bad
thing
news
I've ever done.
indeed.
This is definitely not the worst thing at all.
It is no, but that is a very high bar.
Remember when I almost broke time those several times?
Yeah, I really didn't like when you altered the course of history. I also really
Which
didn't
time?
like when you put a gusher inside a chicken breast.
It's like a chicken cordon slobs. It's
Stop
good.
calling it that.
It makes it better. If I call it that. It makes you sound sophisticated. I'm a culinary genius.
Chicken cordon slobs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's that. Nothing to be done. The deal is made. Was there a contract? Was there a paper contract? Could I take a look? Okay. No.
Just like, there's a handshake and some blood.
Yeah, there was a little blood. Yeah.
It's a tiny amount. How much blood I lose on an average day?
I didn't even remember the
Less than
blood. When did
It was less than
he
average.
took your blood? He
We
took some of your
retconned in
blood?
a little blood.
There was a little blood. There's a little bit.
A little
bit.
blood is apparently part of this now.
But it's just it's like
Got
like sometimes a devil it's pointy. You shake their hand and they're like ow,
Got it.
and your
Got
essence
it.
of the
Very
soul gets
pointy hand.
transferred, and then something clicks in the pit of your soul, and you're like, oh, that's weird. I feel like that someone's put it like a like when you lock a door or something, that kind of feeling, but except it's with your soul. It's fine.
Oh. Okay.
Should we ask Darby about this?
I think that you should tell Darby about this. Yes. If
I
you're asking
yell
me,
I
the
yell
answer
for
is yes.
Darby out of the window. Darby!
Louisa, Jorge, I think I have to go.
Darby.
Well, you got it. I'll
sh-
play
be
your
back.
turn in Battleship.
Okay.
And Louisa turns it, and now she is playing herself in Battleship.
I want to be clear, Darby and I are not neighbors.
No.
Yeah, well, I want to say that she didn't hear Zlobs yelling. Zlobs did lob one of his louder his loud grenades
Mhm.
that like sounds like a flute, like a big flute,
Yeah,
the
it's
big
like
flute.
the big
Feels
the big flute toot.
Quietest instrument.
a weird, unexpected whistling fills
Toot. It's tooting. It was a tooting.
a tooting bomb.
A grand
fills-
flute toot.
A grand toot sets off a couple of car alarms in West Somerville. And yeah, sure
I'll
enough,
make my
Darby,
way
you
over
are-
there.
You are brought in to consult.
Okay, I heard the toot. What's the scoop?
Okay, let me give you the toot scoop. Apparently, Mindy said it's a bad thing that I made a deal with Governor John Prince, aka Pythias, Double Prince of Hell.
Okay, well, I can't judge you because I did too. But what was this particular deal, Zlobs?
That I would get him. You wonder why he spoke at the
Well,
that rally? That,
yeah,
I did that.
you.
That was me.
I figured. I mean, we knew that, but what did you?
I said I would
What
help
did you
him.
have to give in exchange?
help? I said I would help him. We need help.
What did you agree to?
Just to help. So,
Just to help, like you're
something like
at
that.
his. He can beckon you when he wants.
Not it's like a
Or-
loose. It's like a light help.
Is this
It
all
sounds
that?
like it's
did you-
up for his interpretation.
yeah.
It seemed pretty legit.
Darby, give me a 2d6 plus sharp. You're investigating a mystery.
So another +1.
Sir, I'm not a mystery. I
Well, either way,
An
it's an
enigma.
11. 11.
All right. You can ask 2 questions however you want. There are 2 questions from the following
Okay.
investigative mystery list.
What here is not what it seems.
What here is not what it seems. Okay, I got it. Mindy, like, this is kind of one of those things where, like, like 2 doctors are in consultation about a patient, like, you and Mindy compare notes and stuff. And Mindy's take on the situation is that there's some kind of entity hovering in the space, or like the metaphysical space around Zlobs. The thing that is not what it seems is that that's not actually the case. There isn't like an entity floating invisible like 5 feet away at all times. Whatever's going on, there's something living in Zlobs' head now.
Oh.
Yeah,
Okay.
there's either in his head or attached to his corporeal form. There is an entity with a consciousness independent of Zlobs that is connected physically to Zlobs.
Okay. And then, let's see. Oh, well, what sort of creature is it?
Let me tell you.
Oh.
Just gotta search.
in my head. Zombie. That's kind of in my head.
Hold on. Best you could tell, it is a demonic familiar.
Oh.
Specifically, one that has the ability to influence action and decision.
Okay, Zlobs.
Mm-hmm.
Did John Prince give you information about the type of help? Or did you just agree to it broadly?
It was like an advisor or something.
Okay, yeah. So you've got some sort of demonic presence in you,
Oh,
like
that's
living
metal.
in you. It's some sort of entity. I can sense it. I don't know a whole lot about it, but I do think it can influence you. So have you felt at all since meeting with Pythias that you've like done something that you didn't expect to?
Well,
Okay.
as mentioned earlier, I'm a little bit of a chaos engine, so I'm
Well,
very
that's true.
whimsical, driven by whimsy, but nothing out of the lane of ordinary. I've been sleeping a little bit more. Can you tell? My skin's a little brighter.
Your skin looks radiant.
Thank you.
It does look
It's true,
radiant,
it
and I don't
does.
think
The whites of his eyes are whiter.
Yeah, a devil
is
wouldn't
true.
do that. Devils aren't radiant.
Oh, they're charming though,
Oh,
which is I think a devil could do that. I think
John
we
Prince
just need
did win
to-
like 75% of the popular vote.
it
Yeah.
was very good.
Well, when does the contract end? When does the agreement end?
Eventually, I forget.
Yeah, Mindy, that rings a pretty loud alarm bell for you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, fine. We'll just banish it, Darby. Be like, a boom.
Yeah, I'm afraid
Hit me with your sword. Do it.
I'm not doing that. Not because, well, Pythias has a bigger sword, to be honest. And if you take something from Pythias, Pythias is going to take something from you. And Pythias is not taking Zlobs from us.
Yeah, absolutely, Zlobs. Pythias's sword may be bigger, but Darby's sword in her heart is
Yeah.
bigger than the one.
Bigger than your knife.
No, what I should have said is his sword is bigger, but Darby's heart is bigger. That's what
Oh, I like that.
That was actually a lot.
All right,
snappier
so
on
I'm
the second
fine.
go.
All right.
But we got to keep an eye on it, Zlobs.
Yeah.
Okay.
And let us know if you start feeling compelled to do something mildly evil. And we
Mildly
can help.
Compelled. Got it. All right. I'm glad we had this talk. Darby, would you like a hot dog?
Yes.
Hot dog.
Nice. Let's switch and go back in time slightly. Mindy,
Whoa.
when Susie Chen invited you over for dinner a couple of weeks ago,
What?
Yeah, she made me go for dinner.
Oh my
recall?
gosh. Yeah. Of course I recall. After I almost died at the Cheese Devil's hands. Or hooves.
indeed, did you accept that invitation?
Yeah.
All right.
Yes. Yeah, well, I mean, I think yes, I did. I said that day that what I really wanted was for us to be able to be functioning hall monitors together, and that I'd even like it if we could be friends again. But I figured we would start with functioning hall monitors and see if I was trying my luck after that.
Indeed. Yeah, like that was kind of how you recall it being couched, was just you want to repair kind of the years of kind of falling out of touch over whatever it was you fell out of touch about around the time of the Blittle League Championships and all of this, and now you're both hall monitors and you're trying to just repair this, and kind of coming out of that, she asked you over for dinner. And you said yes. Give me a 2d6 plus charm so we could just see how things went.
Are you serious, John?
I am serious.
This is how you want to do this?
Can I help?
It is. Do you want to help? Morgan, how would you like to help? I will
Morgan wants to
absolutely
help.
allow it so long as Mindy wants your help and you come up with a good way to help.
Oh my gosh. Okay, sorry. You go, Marissa. How are you gonna help me?
I'm gonna give you a pep talk and dress you up beforehand.
Oh, that's really sweet. Okay, Morgan's gonna give me a pep talk and put on a cool outfit for me. I mean, put me in a cool outfit. Morgan's always wearing cool outfits, but put me in a
Morgan
cool
always
outfit.
wears cool outfits, yeah.
And oh my gosh, you know what would be fun, Morgan?
What?
if we did, you know, that old like sitcom trope where I wear like an earpiece and you tell me what to say?
Mathers, I am not doing that.
But I wasn't saying we should do it. I wasn't saying
I'll do
we
it.
should do it. I was just saying that wouldn't it be funny? Wouldn't it be a little funny if we put in like an earpiece and you told me what to say?
Like, this is the conversation during like the montage of you like trying on different outfits.
Yeah, exactly. And every like half hour or so, I say again, like, I'm not saying we should do it, Morgan, but have you ever seen that happen on a TV show? And thought,
Eventually, I
wonder if it
grab
would
you.
work.
Eventually, I grabbed Mathers by the shoulder. Mathers, we wouldn't even need the earpiece. You would just ping using your brain. Why am I entertaining this? No, we're not doing it.
I didn't even
We're
think
not.
of that. Wait,
I just
there's
realized-
no way we would get caught in that case.
No, Mathers, no.
Well, the problem
No.
with the sitcom trope is that they always get caught and it makes the relationship worse rather than just being honest and truthful and vulnerable and communicating.
Mhm.
But in this case, we wouldn't get caught.
You're
Because
gonna
we'd
do
be-
great, Mathers. You look at me in the eyeballs. You're gonna do great.
Morgan,
Yeah.
you don't get it.
Why? What do you mean?
Nobody's ever hated you before.
Are you kidding? I've had a lot of people hate me before.
Name one.
Oh. Well, hold on.
Morgan, you
Just
can't
no.
say it so
Scroll through your
confidently
Going through the
enough.
massive Rolodex of all the people that like you. It's like, there's got to be one
Yeah.
card in here that's, yeah.
Oh, I know. I know. The witch, Mary and Martha. Mary and
What?
Martha hate me.
They hate me too.
Yeah, you didn't say exclusively hate me.
All right, fine. I will just remember how you spoke to Mary and Martha and emulate that
Yes.
towards Susie.
Yes. Cordial. Respectful.
Respectful, intimidated.
No,
Oh,
not intimidated. You don't want to let
confident.
confident. Yes, cordial, confident, respectful. Maybe slightly maybe like slightly like you're into them a little bit. Just like with a smile, you know what I mean? Like not into them, but like you are friends with them.
Morgan, is it Mary or Martha?
No. No. That's not what I'm saying. No.
Oh, okay.
You look great. You look
Okay.
great, Mathers. You're gonna do
Thank
great.
you. Thank you.
All right. So, Morgan, this is going to be a help out roll. So this is 2d6 plus cool.
Well, that's gonna be a 12.
12
Mm-hmm.
on a cool roll.
Oh, cool? Oh, you said cool?
Yeah,
Oh,
help out's
all right.
cool.
Well, I got 9, so I got a 9 on dice, so that is 9.
As a 9. All right. Partial success. So, Mindy, you are going to get a +1, but you expose yourself to consequences. So, or Morgan is exposed to consequences. What consequences could manifest from a dinner in which fences are trying to be mended? Who knows?
Okay.
But, Mindy, you
Maybe
can
you're-
now roll.
Maybe
a
Morgan's gonna
2
lose Susie's vote.
Could be. You could now roll 2d6 plus charm.
She gets
Plus
caught.
Okay, minus charm +1.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, minus charm +1 is 9.
Partial
Not
success.
too bad. Not too
All
bad.
right. So,
Whew.
with a partial success in mind, narrate out the evening. I may occasionally interject something.
Okay. Well, I'm wearing my very cool outfit, and I go to the Chen household in Waltham.
Sure.
My dad drops me off in the math wagon.
Would you like me to circle or come back at a specific time?
You know, That's a really good question. Why don't you go get some dinner, maybe kind of nearby?
There is an awesome hot dog place on Moody Street. I will see you in a bit.
Okay, and I'll ping you.
Got it.
Okay.
And he drives the math wagon over to Moody Street, where he will eat several hot dogs.
And I will ring the doorbell with my hand, not a rock.
Yep.
That is a callback to the last time we were at the Chen household. But I am going to ring
Indeed
the doorbell with my hand.
How things change. Yeah. So you ring the doorbell, and Mr. Chen answers. Mindy, it has been some time. It's very good to see you.
It
Come
has
on
been
in.
some. I will. Thank you. Before I enter, may I request the knowledge of whether this is a shoes-off household?
This is a shoes-off household. Thank you for asking.
I'm remembering the time 3 years ago that I was last here, and three of my friends ran upstairs with their shoes on. Anyways, as
They
memories.
Narc.
Okay,
So,
I will take my shoes off, and
Yep,
I am
shoes
wearing
off in
matching
the cubby.
socks. Thanks
Yep.
to Morgan.
Yes, that was a thing you did not think about until Morgan reminded you. And like you're downstairs, you're talking. Susie Chen comes downstairs from upstairs. Walks down probably about half the steps before actually looking up and looking at you in the face. And she delivers a very inscrutable, "Hey, Mindy."
You invited me here. So I came.
Yeah. All right. Well, you look very nice.
It's great that you're here this time. Because last time I was here, you escaped. I mean, you left. Sorry. You just left the house on your own volition. Probably nothing to do with me.
Yeah, this whole thing, she's like 2 steps up from the bottom, just kind of listening to all of this and nodding. Well, I'm glad you're back. And you all sit. So, where do we go from here?
Well, here's my question. Is Alex here?
Do you want Alex here? With a partial success, I'll let you decide.
Oh my gosh. Do I want Alex here? On the one hand, so is Susie's mom here?
I'm going to say no.
Okay. Susie's mom is away. So if Susie's mom was here, I would say absolutely not. Alex is my nemesis. But I feel like it's just too much pressure to just be Susie and her dad. Alex is like a little bit more talkative sometimes than the other two. And even though he is my nemesis, I would actually prefer the social buffer at this moment. So I will say yes, Alex is here.
Yeah, okay. So it's very interesting having Alex here because he is your nemesis.
Yeah.
He created a fake teacher several years ago to try to
Steal
to
classroom
try to-
helper away from me.
indeed. So he tried to actively sabotage you.
Yeah.
He also illegally entered an already illegal road race. And, he was part of kind of that cult of sadness for a little while. So you've
I don't hold
interacted-
the cult against him for the
Yeah,
record.
that's not entirely on him. But your interactions with Alex have been pretty consistently negative for literally as long as you've known him.
True.
But
tonight tonight is already about mending a fence, and I just want to make it clear, I don't care at all about mending a fence with Alex. I'm happy to remain nemesis with him for the time being. I can't focus on fixing 2 fences at once. You know the old saying, if you fix 2 fences at once, you're
Yeah,
not
you fix no
gonna-
fences.
You fix
Yeah.
no fences.
Exactly,
This is the old saying. So I'm going to focus on the Susie fence.
Got it. So, yeah, so Alex is there. He looks a little older now. I think he's 1 year younger than you. If I'm doing the math right. He's got like the faintest whisper of a mustache. He's wearing like big chunky over-ear headphones like around his neck. He comes down and best you could tell from kind of the psychic, you ping him. You just kind of ping him and see what's going on. And what you could tell is that he knew you were coming, which means Susie told him. But he also came downstairs and acted surprised.
Great.
And so you all sit. And Mr. Chen kind of starts the conversation by, best you could tell, referencing a series of index cards with conversation topics that he sort of tried to hide under the tablecloth.
Okay. I actually love that. I think that is ideal, that Mr. Chen is keeping the conversation going. I'm going to ask a question I'm really nervous about. What is the food situation?
All right. So so Alex was up to you. Food situation, since it's partial, will make it not up to you. There is one thing here you are allergic to. They couldn't have possibly known. But
no,
what
I
is
didn't
that
tell
thing?
anyone.
No. Why would you have? There's whatever you choose that Mindy is allergic to is a prominent ingredient in one of in probably the main course.
It's cashews.
Yeah. So this delicious butter chicken is served. You don't know if it's takeout or if Mr. Chen made it, but there's this delightful, he sculpted the rice, he made a little rice pyramid. And there's butter chicken next to it and stir-fried vegetables. And it's the appetizer, nice salad, and you see the unmistakable color of that lightish orangey, I know there's cashews in this sauce situation.
I should have said something. This is so my fault. I should have said something, but I was just really in my head. I was like, if I say to Susie, oh, by the way, I'm allergic to cashews, she might be like, oh, just don't come. What if she was like, oh, never mind.
And in the loud grinding gears in the foundry that was your brain before this dinner, you thought that was a very real possibility. So there's you see the sauce slowly creeping across the plate, preparing to hit the snap peas and the carrots.
Mm-hmm.
So, Mr. Chen says, adjusting the tablecloth for the 4th time. Your favorite class in school, how are you doing in that?
I am doing well. My favorite class in school is science. And I do well in science because I have a lot of at-home tutoring from my Nana.
Oh, is that so?
Yes.
And Susie kind of jumps in and says, her grandma is one of the smartest people I've ever met.
One of the smartest people alive, technically. So it's not on you for not having met any smarter people. I'm just letting you know. That doesn't reflect poorly.
Alex's eye roll is small but very loud somehow. So the it kind of develops such that, kind of the meal happens, you're kind of picking around the outside of the plate.
Yeah.
Do you and Susie chat at the table, or is everyone kind of working in silence with Mr. Chen kind of pitching softballs?
Mr. Chen is kind of facilitating the conversation. I don't think we're gonna talk about what happened in front of Alex. I think that's maybe after dinner I could ask Susie, do you know where the hot dog place is on, I think it's Moody Street?
Yeah. Hot dogs. It's pretty good.
Hot, what is it called?
Hot dogs.
Oh, hot dogs. Yeah. My dad is waiting for me there to drive home. Do you wanna walk with me, and he can drop you off back at home?
Sure.
Why are you typing, John? Why are you typing that?
I'm just typing hot dogs.
Got
Nothing to worry about.
Gotta keep track of that. Hot dogs.
So yeah, so the you leave appropriate amount of thank yous to Mr. Chen. You don't recall whether or not Alex even said goodbye to you. Just at like one point, he just was away from the table with his plate. And you're like, all right. And yeah, sure enough, you and Susie walk to the front door, put your shoes back on, and start walking.
And I say thank you to Mr. Chen.
It was wonderful to have you, Mindy.
It was wonderful to see you again, Mr. Chen.
And yeah, and you hear the sound of index cards being stuffed into a pocket as the door closes. Mindy walks next to you, maybe a foot apart.
Susie walks next to me.
Susie walks next to you about a foot apart.
Mm-hmm.
And you're waiting on her to say something, and she just doesn't. So until you say something, you think you're going to be walking in silence. And so then you start doing the math of when's the right time to say anything.
Yeah, it's kind of like the longer the silence goes, like the weirder it is to say anything. And I'm starting to be like, are we just not going to talk at all on this walk? But then I think, I don't know where this hot dog place is. Maybe it's a very short walk. And so it's better to just rip the Band-Aid off and say anything. So I say to Susie, do you know I have an evil twin? I didn't know if you knew that about me, that I have an evil twin.
Who's your evil twin?
Technically, you have two evil twins.
What do you mean? Wait, pause. What do you mean I have
Wax
two
Mindy,
evil twins?
Wax Mindy.
Oh, Wax Mindy isn't evil.
Just upset.
Misunderstood. Yeah, upset. Okay.
Neutral. One evil twin.
Okay, sorry. Unpause. I have an evil twin. You might have seen her. She looks identical to me. But she has a different haircut now, FYI. She looks just like me. But she goes by Kestrel, except for when she was going by Mindy after she kidnapped me. I didn't know if you knew.
When did she kidnap you?
Wait, you really didn't know about this? I figured you would have heard.
Hold on, no. Well, I know a Kestrel. She's palling around with Neela Nightmare.
Yeah.
But they don't go to the high school.
No.
You were kidnapped.
This was a few years ago.
And she pretended to be you.
For a while, yeah. So I'm not sure how many times you've met her. But I know you've met her at least once.
When would that be?
After the finals last year. After the Sunflowers won. Our last year of Blittle League. My last year.
Susie slows down a little bit. Like her stride was matching yours and then kind of stopped. Like she lost a little bit on every step. Until you realize that she kind of stopped walking for a second. Like she's doing math in her head by staring at the ground as hard as possible. Huh.
Is that all you have to say?
Thank you for telling me now. I didn't realize.
I know you didn't. I didn't really have the opportunity to tell you before. Do you know that? Do you know that old sitcom trope where somebody tells you what to say into your ear
Yeah.
to help with a difficult situation?
Yeah, with like a little earbud or they're in a bush or something.
Yeah, if somebody was in a bush or if you had an earbud in right now, that person would probably be whispering, "I'm sorry, Mindy. I'm sorry I've been mad at you for 3 years for something you didn't even do." That might be something they would say from the bush or from the earpiece, just in case you needed the hint.
Wow.
There's a faint neon hum. That like thin kind of crackly buzz that you get from real neon. You're turned around looking at Susie, and like the faint streaks of like red and yellow neon light kind of cross her face because you're right near the hot dog place. She heard every single word you said and thought really hard about it. And it looks like she wants to say something, but she doesn't. Instead, she takes 2 steps in and gives you a hug.
Oh.
Yes, I will receive the hug.
You receive the hug. She steps back, points over your shoulder at the hot dog place. You turn and look at it, and by the time you look back, she's already walking away.
That's Susie. That's a tough nut to crack.
What does it get?
Yeah, well, okay. Okay, I'm gonna wait a few minutes. I'm gonna take a few deep breaths outside.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna try and stop smiling so that I can go say hello to my father.
Zlobs is with your dad.
Yep. Yeah, Zlobs, you're out there. You and...
Me and Mr. Mathers get craft dogs all the time.
Yeah, this is a fairly regular thing.
He
that
calls me
exists
up. Hey, I'm going to
independent of Mindy. Yeah, like you see Zlobs' car out there. Like, you put it all together. Yeah, the two of them have their own inside jokes.
Oh.
And sure, you walk in, And yeah, Zlobs and Mr. Mathers turn to you, and both turn to you, Mindy, and both give you the same look, but just with different faces. Like,
Hello, Father. Hello, Zlobs. Dinner was lovely. Stop looking at me like that.
All right.
Okay.
Severus, 2 weeks from now.
Absolutely, Mr. Mathers. A
Pleasure as always.
Maybe we'll try the relish bomb next time.
Oh, don't threaten me with a good time.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Love that friendship.
Okay.
Let's go home.
Let's go home. All right. Let's switch to our kind of big vignette here. Darby. You are trying to figure out what the heck the storm on the Sea of Galilee is.
Yeah.
So the question is, first and foremost, it's a famous piece of art, but one you know very little about.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you want to go about researching it to see what the heck it even is?
I'm gonna go to the art museum.
Cool. Which one?
Well, I'm gonna go to Isabella Stewart Gardner Museum.
Yeah. So that's the one thing you do know.
Yeah.
Like for sure is like it's really famous. It's a Rembrandt and it got stolen.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. So sure enough, you're there. Do you want to talk to people? Do you want to go through archives?
I want to talk to a docent who looks like they know a lot. I'm just going to give them the opportunity to just tell me everything that they know. Yeah, and I see Bill O'Donoghue's cousin.
Yeah.
Is there?
Yeah. So Bill O'Donoghue's cousin. Oh, I need a really good. Hey, chat. I need a really good New Englandy first name. Like dyed in the wool. Like grew up South Shore. You know.
Like I know that family knows everything that's ever happened in this city.
Yeah, Jillian O'Donoghue. Commutes in all the way from West Bridgewater to be a docent at the ISG. So yeah, let's give me a 2d6 plus sharp.
Oh, that's a 10.
All right, I'll give you the entire story.
Oh, okay.
All right, so
I'll just sit back.
Yeah.
Relax.
So Jillian is drinking the largest iced coffee you've ever seen in like an Isabella Stewart Gardner koozie.
Can't get those at the shop.
No.
Custom.
Yeah, this is a custom. So, you know, Jillian is telling you all about, you know, the impact of the art itself. And there is, you know, she takes you into a wing that has a whole story about the heist. Like, you know, they don't trump up the fact that like, they don't advertise that there was the largest art theft in America that happened here. But, you know, they have a lot of information on it. So you're looking at a recreation, a reproductive print of this. You immediately are like, yeah, is there anything like you're trying to see? Is there any kind of like holy energies or hidden nothing? This thing is just a print. And it's a painting that kind of depicts a story of a ship of apostles tossed in a dangerous sea and, you know, what it means. And Jesus is there and he's very calm and everyone else is kind of in tumult. You learn about its history, how it was painted. And then with a little bit of pressing, you have Jillian talk about the theft itself. Essentially, this painting was owned by the museum for about 120 years. It was purchased in the 1860s, and it was stolen on the night of March 18th, 1990. It is still an active investigation all these decades later. According to Jillian, who very contemplatively takes a big pull of iced coffee, you can smell the caramel and the sugar. This is the kind of person that orders it 10 pumps of caramel, five Splenda kind of thing.
The American way.
Indeed. Now, if you ask me, I think the FBI already knows.
Why would
And
they
if
be
not
keeping
the
it?
FBI, what's that?
Why would they be keeping it a secret? Were they in on it?
Well, no. Well, because they know, but they don't know, you know?
Hmm.
Because the FBI could know, you know? But they're not going to know.
No.
Not within the bounds of the law, you know?
Yeah. I think sometimes I know things but don't know them.
Exactly right. You know something, but you're not going to go around and tell the papers you know it, you know? Why would you do that?
But, so if they know, but they don't know. Is it
I
just
think
because they don't know, or is there a benefit? Is the story so compelling? Is there something that they're trying to hide by keeping? Do they know where it is, but there's some reason that they don't want the public to be able to have their hands on it?
Well, that very much depends on how much faith you have in mundane, non-Little League, non-Blaseball law enforcement.
Not much.
Well, yeah, so I don't know. I'm not here to tell you what to believe. What I'm saying is, I think, if pressed, the Boston police might have some ideas. But they don't know, and if they go to the papers and say, yeah, we think this guy did it, we think that lady did it, slander. Or libel.
Neither of those things are good, I don't think.
No, they're very bad.
What about
So-
you? What do you think happened?
What do I think happened? I think some very well-connected people came in here, they cut the right cables, they stole the right paintings, boop, they're out of there.
Why do you think this one? I mean, I know they took a bunch, but do you think there's something special about this one? I mean, there are so many other incredible works of art here that also have incredible history that they left.
2d6 plus weird.
Weird.
Yep. This is does Jillian know about the layers under the layers here?
9.
Okay. Here's what you get. And this is, you asked the right question at the right time. Because now Jillian can get conspiratorial, which she really likes to do. Rembrandt was a Dutch master, a brilliant Dutch master, 17th century. Work was appreciated during his lifetime, appreciated even more afterwards. This is the thing. So Jillian doesn't know, the magics. Jillian doesn't know the stuff. But what she does know is something that not a lot of people do, which is that Rembrandt was a member of a society called the Welwillende Geleerden.
Could you say that again?
The Benevolent Scholars.
The Benevolent Scholars. Okay.
Yeah. They were a secret society in the 17th century that may still exist. You don't know. And neither does Jillian. But the belief of the people that have truly studied this painting, not just as, hey, this was stolen, but as a work of art and a work of a work of the human enterprise, the human artistic enterprise, It is believed that the Benevolent Scholars were a secret society that studied the arcane and the demonic. And it is Jillian's belief, as well as other people that really go down the rabbit hole, that there is something embedded in the painting that is very important. That is really the extent of Jillian's knowledge. The fact that you know, based on breaking into Cruciform Hall, you know what that knowledge probably is.
Mm-hmm.
And what that knowledge is this. And like this all kind of comes together for you as you're talking about it. Is Rembrandt or someone, one of his compatriots in the Benevolent Scholars, figured out a way to how to create a stable bridge between hell and the mortal plane. Like that's what you knew before. Now you know who figured it out. Is this secret society. Like between what the dollar fig found out, the notes, this, it's like, yeah, okay. The storm on the Sea of Galilee has somehow embedded within it the knowledge of how to create a stable bridge between hell and the mortal plane. What you don't know is why is that valuable? Because technically, you could like go to the hell mouth.
Yeah.
And like get into hell that way. You know, or if you get your hand on a miracle, you could probably get into hell that way. So why is this so valuable? You don't know. You would need to see the painting.
Yeah. You clearly can't get it just from looking at a print, although it is
Exactly.
incredible.
Yes. So that's what you could get from Jillian. There's not much more you can get from that. Like, she couldn't tell you where this thing was. If so, she'd be very rich. So in terms of that, do you have any ideas as to how you might want to conduct your own investigation into where this painting is? What I will say... Yeah. Oh, go ahead.
I want to find a Benevolent Scholar. Because I believe they still exist.
Okay. How would you like to try to figure out if they exist?
I'm going to ask Nana. Because she's the most
Mathers.
benevolent, scholarly person that I can think of.
Mather's residence. Front porch. Bit of a fall chill in the air. You're drinking hot cocoa. Nana doesn't have small marshmallows, so you get a big marshmallow. 2d6 plus charm.
Oh no.
Can I help?
Yeah,
You're in a bush.
I'm just going to take a while to eat this marshmallow. Because it's a 3.
Oh no.
Oh. It's all marsh and no mellow.
Yeah. So, yeah, you're sitting. You go through kind of the requisite amount of small talk, but you are, as a war angel and who you are, and a person on a mission, you're not masking why you're there. You're there to ask Nana Mathers a favor. It's a failure, but I'm still going to give you a choice.
Oh no.
She doesn't know at all, or she knows but cannot tell you for a scary reason.
Ooh.
I need information so she knows, but she can't tell me for a scary reason. That's one step closer.
Yeah, the two of you are kind of on like on the bench. You're looking at the
I
occasional
slip over.
podcast.
Oh, just slip it over. Daddy or father, let me use the jet printer.
Yeah. It's like it's a super high quality image. She looks at
Such a
it.
good reveal.
She looks at you.
Yeah, before I get
And-
destroyed.
What's funny is the entire conversation happens without a word. Because it's like she looks at you and it's like, does Darby need to know what this is? No, I know what this is. Does Darby know it's stolen? Yeah, I know it's stolen. Does Darby need to know about the benevolent scholars? Yes, I cannot possibly tell her. Like, the look you share goes through the whole thing of like, oh, do you want to talk about art? Oh, no. Oh, you want to talk about Rembrandt? No. Oh, you want to talk about a theft? No. Oh, you want to talk about a mystery? No. Oh, you want to talk about the ancient secret society? Yes, well, I can't. And she looks at it. She hands it back to you. I don't know a thing about it.
Oh,
We'll end it right there.
Wait, when I get home, do I see Darby on my porch with the Nana? My Nana?
with the Nana.
With our Nana?
The Nana.
With the Nana.
Her title as a
That's so
benevolent
funny.
scholar.
The Nana. Zlobs gets dinner with my dad. Darby's having cocoa with my Nana. Why don't you people just move in here, huh?
You got a charming family. They can have friends.
I actually
Tell me that Zlobs and Mr. Mathers wouldn't get on famously.
they would get
Oh
on
my
famously.
They'd play some like random like esoteric math-based strategy game that Mr. Mathers and Zlobs are both excellent at for different reasons.
It's
like
so true.
Yeah, it's like Serp. You have like your PAX pin friends, and and Mathers has a math and hot dog friend.
Exactly. Yeah. Like it's people can take multitudes. You know.
I like the
different
idea
friend
that
groups.
he like tells you if he's trying a new hot dog place. So you two can meet up and try the new hot dog place.
Like there's probably buddies out there who are like, oh, you want to try this new craft brew, and they're like, yeah, of course, let's go try some IPA.
Yeah, there's like a Slack channel with like 5 or 6 different people, but they're the only 2 active ones.
Mr. Mathers has suggested starting a hot dog blog a couple times for reviews.
The dog blog.
The dog blog.
And he just keeps thinking, it's like, I just need a little bit of time. I just need to format the website.
Oh my god.
A hot blog.
I think it's
hot
important. I think it's important that the podcast listeners know that Bridget actually held up a printed out version of the painting.
Yeah.
It was such a prepared player moment.
It's really cool.
It was perfect.
This is why we have jobs. Access to
Indeed. But yeah, we're going to end it right there. No epilogue.
Oh,
No, epilogue.
No
We'll
way.
have the mystery hang in the air this evening.
Ah.
Oh wow.
No. Wait, has that
Fine.
ever happened?
A few
I think
times.
once or twice, yeah.
Fine. In protest, I will not have an end card.